Hey, what's up, guys? It's Franco here, and I'm back with another Clash of Clans video today. And today I wanted to talk about the new event that came into Clash of Clans a couple days ago. And I was a little bit hesitant on trying the new event troop. And that's basically what this video is about, kind of. Uh, I'm not really going to show a strategy or anything, but I will show my attack and how I use it. But this isn't like a strategic guide on the video. If you want to, you can watch Itsu's video. He does it really well. But the fundamental thing is just take out the wizard towers and then drop in these broom witches. And I have not experimented with the other troop. I don't even know what it's called. It's just like anime P.E.K.K.A. or something. It's basically just a P.E.K.K.A. that takes less housing space. So, and I think it might even target defenses. I don't really know. I haven't used it, but I'm not much of a ground attacker myself. So this troop is perfect for me because it's an air-based troop, and essentially all I did was just swap it out for the E-Drags that I was using before, which is a very spammy strategy. I'm not going to hide that at all. But I swapped out a couple of spells, and I used to use Queen Charge Recall with my E-Drag, and I still like the Recall spell. Like, I like using the Recall spell because it just like adds an extra layer of security for your Queen. But aside from that, this event troop is very strong, and I've been tripling a lot in Legends League. At first, it takes a little bit getting used to, just like any army, but I definitely recommend trying experimenting out with these new event troops. It's even hard for myself. Like, it's one of those things, like, with the event troops, it's like, oh, I just want to play brainless Clash of Clans. Like, I just want to spam my E-Drags, or people spam their Root Riders, and get my 3 stars, or whatever attack strategy, not even spam strategies, like Super Bull or Queen Charge, like all this stuff. Like, when you're used to it, it's hard to change a new attack strategy, but I was like, I'm a content creator, like, I'll try out the new troop. And I'm so glad that was my excuse to try out the new troop, because it's kind of hard. You're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna skip this event. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm so tired of events, like, I'm just gonna skip it. Then someone was saying, like, how overpowered the troop is, and I got, like, 2 minutes into Itsu's video, and I was like, I don't want to learn this. Like, I just don't feel like it. And eventually I gave it a shot, because I was kind of struggling with E-Drags, and this brings me to my point of why this event is so important as free-to-play. And it's kind of funny, I just take a long time not destroying this base, because I don't want to use my clan castle or spells. And I easily tripled this base without any clan castle troops or spells whatsoever, which is kind of cool. But I did want to show my war attack that I just did, which shows off the importance of this army. So in the previous war, I attacked with E-Drags and everything, and I just failed. And the main thing is, now that the hero event is over, I'm struggling. Hold on one second. Before we watch this replay, I got to turn down the sound. I accidentally messed up a little. It's a little bit too loud, I think. Messing up my train of thought. But like I was saying, the previous war, I attacked E-Drags, normal stuff, and I just failed. Like, 2 high 90% fails, and I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Like, I got so used to the unlimited hero event where you can have your heroes up at all times. Like, that's so huge as free to play, because I need to use my heroes, or I need to upgrade my heroes without using books of heroes, because I don't get that many, and gems are kind of scarce, and I'm trying to take advantage of the apprentice builder with all my gems, so I'm not even buying books of heroes anymore. So fundamentally, as free to play, you need to have a hero down basically at all times. And I thought, like, hey, my queen is close to max. Warden don't ever upgrade. But I was like, my royal champion, like, I think is so important at Town Hall 16 and 15. She's just so strong with the Hog Puppet haste file. I was like, I can't take her out, can't take the queen out, obviously can't take out the warden, the most important hero. So I was like, hey, maybe when I max out the king, then I'll start upgrading the royal champion. And if you don't know, my king's going from level 92 to 93, I think, or 92 to 93. So I only have a couple more levels to go with him. But then I'm like, now I can't attack in war anymore. It's like, because before, what I used to do was Super Archer Blimps, and if you have a successful Super Archer Blimp that's nasty, you don't need heroes. Like, you don't need all your heroes, and that's the main thing about free-to-play, is you have all these attack strategies that people show off. Like, I'm not trying to hate on Itsu or anything, he makes great tutorials, but a lot of things that people don't make content on is the free-to-play side of Clash of Clans, and especially attacking and what strategies are the best when you have a hero down. And I would love to make a video on, like, what the best strategy is without each of the individual heroes, because that's a part of the game that nobody ever talks about. And that's kind of what this video is. And I'm not the best at making strategies or armies or whatever, so this is the best bet for it. And ultimately, you're seeing here, I failed pretty bad at this base, and it was a pretty rushed and bad base in general, but I'm actually able to triple without a hero. And that's the best part about this event. And if you're free to play, I recommend at least upgrading one of your heroes, because I know a lot of people might be like, oh, I'm never going to upgrade heroes again, because the separation with equipment and everything, like, there's no point. And it's very fair. That's exactly the problem that I was saying. Like, everybody wants to 3-star more, and nobody wants to start sucking. And I started sucking again, and I was like, oh, like, you forget how difficult it is without a hero. But luckily, this event is so clutch, and I'm able to start 3-starring again without a hero. So I definitely recommend using these troops just for that reason. So, like I said, if you're one of those people that don't upgrade the heroes because you're just like, I don't want to, I think you should change it just for this event. It's literally just like the Unlimited Heroes event. If you think about it, like, logically, like, it allows you to use your heroes and still attack at full strength. That's what the old one was, but it let you use your heroes. This one is just letting you use overpowered troops. So I definitely recommend using these overpowered troops just for that reason, because you see it's going to be here for 16 more days. 16 more days? If you're using the Apprentice Builder wisely, could be 3 more hero levels. And honestly, as free to play, that's the main thing you have to prioritize, just those hero levels, because everything's going to happen over time, and obviously hammers and stuff exist, and you want to use those for hammers of building. Never really hammers a hero. You don't get as good a value, unless the thing was cheaper, but it's so expensive, it's just not worth it. But ultimately, like, yeah, obviously you have to factor in the building side for free-to-play. That's also huge, but this is just another thing that you can really take advantage of free-to-play, and I definitely recommend doing it if you're trying to get any little edge you can without spending money in this game. And if you, like, I bet you're watching this video, if you're a new viewer, you're probably wondering, like, how my base is so progressed as free-to-play, and, like, it's just, if you play it every day and you're just smart with events like this, hammers, books, like, I think, realistically, I will be approaching max level Town Hall 16 before Town Hall 17 comes out. And you might be thinking, like, how's that possible? If you look at the calculators for how much time it takes to max out Town Hall 16, those are misleading, because those just factor in the pure builder time. The builder time, when one ends, I put him back up. I have like a sixth sense. Like, when my builder ends, I know to go on Clash of Clans, or I'm just on Clash of Clans that much that I never leave builder idle. So that's not really much of a problem. Sometimes I go to sleep and I forget, so I miss like 8 hours, but rarely. But ultimately, that doesn't factor in the special items. And using the special items wisely is the whole fundamental process of free-to-play. And if you do it, I think your progress can be more significant than you think. And I think it's kind of a picture that's not really painted in the YouTube scheme of this game. If you look up, like, I remember I tried to look up other free-to-play people, like, is it even possible to max out as free-to-play? And a lot of times you find the answer is like, no, like, not really. And, like, you see big YouTubers like Galadon, like, with their free-to-play channels that started like 3 years before I started my account as free-to-play, and I've already passed them. I'm like, where did those 3 years go? Like, I just don't understand. Here's my progress base, and roughly at the pace that I'm at, I will be approaching max level walls at Town Hall when Town Hall 17 comes out, because Town Hall 17 will come out in December. That's kind of what Clash of Clans decided. And I'm roughly upgrading 50 walls for every like 30 days. Like, if we look at Clash Ninja here, which is the calculator I'm talking about that shows off all your progress and everything. If we look at the walls here, so it gives you the percentages and everything. And if you go to the stats tab, you can find, well, if it loads, how much time is left and everything. And I was like, hey, realistically, I did 50 of, well, gonna do, okay, let's update this a little bit. 41. I did 50 of, well, it's gonna be, sorry, math here is pretty bad. Is it 325 walls that you have to do? Yeah, 325 walls, 50 of 325. Let's just say 50 of 300 in about a month. So it says day 25 there, right below the big Town Hall 16 next to the Town Hall 16 picture. So that shows how long I've been Town Hall 16. So if I'm doing 50 walls per month, in 6 months it'll be done. And we don't quite have 6 months left, so the walls will be close. But most of the other stuff, like just using hammers on these, finishes them instantly. And obviously you want to be in the best clan you can to capitalize that for clan war leagues. But yeah, ultimately, that's what you got to do as free-to-play, and I hope I can be one of those few YouTubers that are actually free-to-play on YouTube. Oh, and one more thing to prove that I'm free-to-play. Like, you can see I've never bought the Gold Pass, still is a first-time discount, and I don't know what else I would buy in the game other than the gold pass for progress, like gems, I guess you could claim. And I'm gonna let you in a little secret. I don't really know if I'm not 100% sure if I'm free to play. Like I started this account back in 2013, like when the game came out. And I was a kid, and like I remember just like debating what I would spend gems on if I could buy them. And I remember like using apps that you would like watch ads to get like gift cards or something. And I remember getting iTunes gift cards too. And like back in the day, apps used to cost money, and Clash of Clans was revolutionary that it was like free. So I would buy games, and I'm like 99.9% sure that I've never bought gems. But there was a chance at some point in time that I did buy gems, like 500 for a dollar. But I think I wouldn't have because I even back in the day, I saw how pointless it was. Like, what? I buy some gems to save a day on a builder. Like, why would I ever want to do that? But I mean, I could be not free to play it. Like, who really knows? Like, I could have just forgot, but it would have been back in the day when it doesn't even matter. And I know that's like what a lot of people who justify not being free to play say, like, oh, it's just a decoration, like it doesn't matter. But hey, you might even buy a decoration, you're not free to play. But I mean, jokes aside, I am 100% free to play. The only way I would definitely know is if I pulled up my iTunes account and went through all the transaction history I've ever had just to be completely certain that I've never spent any money, even though I'm very certain. But that's just such a stupid tangent. I don't even know why I brought it up, because it's going to bring skeptics into the picture, like saying that, oh, you might not be free to play. Like, I mean, this is an old game. Like, I just forget. Like, my memory doesn't go back that far. That's like before high school for me. Like, that was like middle school. Like, I'm in grad school. How am I supposed to remember? But besides that, this event I really like. It's just a great substitute for that hero event. I know I said it like 6 times, but ultimately, another issue that you do have to pay attention with for these events is for free to play. I know that's probably why a lot of people clicked on this video to begin with, is how you spend these medals. And the tricky thing about these medals is you kind of gotta spend them unwise. Like, if you're spending them trying to maximize time, like, if you're spending them with free to play in mind, in my opinion, you're kind of spending them wrong. Like, if you're buying the books of heroes, everything that, like, has free to play, fundamentally, you want to optimize those resources. I don't think you're doing it right. I think realistically, well, ends up being a time fail, this replay. I'm going to go back to the home village, but it just shows the main flaw with this attack strategy is not having enough cleanup or just doing it improperly or whatever. Because I had let my queen even die right away there. But the main thing is, like, if you're buying the book, or sorry, books and stuff, you can get significantly more value. Because I think in the regular track, I'm not really sure how many medals you get, 3,100 just in the regular track, and then you have the bonus track here, which you still don't have to pay for. Yeah, it says, it doesn't say how many you get in the bonus track, but I assume like another 1,000. You can probably get 2 books of heroes, a bunch of builder potions, but ultimately, like, you gotta sacrifice those 2 hero levels, in my opinion, for the epic equipment, because if you're free to play, like let's just say in my scenario, and I skip out on this epic equipment, buy the heroes, realistically my heroes are going to be maxed before Town Hall 17 comes out. And I'm going to look back at it and be like, damn, why did I buy that magic mirror? Like, now I have all these heroes and stuff, and like there's one thing that I'm missing from the game that I actually kind of can't get back. And it's just like one of those things, just because it's so exclusive, I feel like, in my opinion, you have to buy it and hinder whatever, 2 books of heroes. I know it kind of goes against exactly what I was saying as free to play, but ultimately, the difference between free to play and pay to play isn't much when it comes to the blacksmith. Pay to play doesn't really get that many more ores. Obviously, they can buy the event pass and stuff, and that's where they get more ores. But that's just going to be a bottleneck for most of the time. And to skip out on one of the fundamental things, like an equipment that takes the ores, I just think it's a little bit unwise. It's kind of hard to elaborate why. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.